Julia is back to show us how not to waste that food waste. And I love that we're talking about this again, Julia. It's important.
Oh, Tracy, again and again and again, and I'll talk even more. Honestly, I talk so much about food waste because it is one of the biggest problems that we face at the planet. But Tracy, it is one of the easiest things that we as individuals can do. We can actually make such an impact so easily. People say to me all the time, how do I be more sustainable, Jules? I'm like, just eat what you bought. Eat up everything, all of it.
And we mean all of it. So if you're watching right now and you're thinking, what can I do with what I have in my kitchen right now? What would be your answer? How do they cut down on their food waste?
Okay, the number one thing you want to do is to try to make your food last longer, right? We don't live in a world, unfortunately, where we can just go to the grocery store every single day and just get what we need to eat that day. So we need to make things last longer. So one of my best tips, Tracy, is to store your berries in glass jars. They will last 30% longer if they're in a glass jar. Ooh. Now, supposedly, because once you put them in glass jars, they're very accessible now. So I see my teenage daughter walking upstairs with an entire mason jar of strawberries. So I seem to eat a lot more strawberries, but they last longer. You also want to look at putting your herbs, treat them like a plant, like a flower. Keep them in water. Put them in little mason jars in your fridge in water. And then you can also use things like produce bags. This is a cloth produce bag that keeps your greens crisper and longer. So get it out of plastic and get it into the cloth. That for sure will help.
Okay, I got to do that berry tip for sure. And you wash them first, then put them in the glass containers, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Talk to me about what scrappy cooking is.
Okay, this is what's taken over the internet by storm, taking over TikTok. Everybody is scrappy cooking. And what that is taking it up one level more and using every piece of the food that you can and coming up with new ways to eat it. Like the tops of your carrots. Like there's no reason you can't eat these beautiful greens. They're edible, they taste great. You can turn them into an awesome pesto, like a pesto for pasta. Do it all of the time. Basil is expensive this time of year. Use your carrot tops. Super good. You can even make it gluten-free pasta, but you can make it dairy-free by using nutritional yeast. But it is an awesome thing to do, eating up the carrot tops. The other one, Tracy, how about broccoli stems?
Okay, you and my husband are the only two people eating those. He doesn't want to throw anything out. So he's on the same page with you on that one.
Okay, see, I knew I liked Leo. I knew I did. But you know what? Honestly, when did we not eat these? I don't get it. Because they taste just like the top of the broccoli. They have the exact same nutritional value. There's no reason to throw these out. I don't know how it even started. So you can slice them up. These ones I made are broccoli stem fries.
Ooh.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, they don't quite taste like French fries, even though I tell my kids they do. They don't. But they do taste quite good. And again, you're using up that broccoli stem. It's not that big of a deal. But you know what, Tracy? This is all the stuff that we can do at home and really trying to combat that food waste at home. But can you imagine it on a commercial level? Like restaurants, stores, grocery stores, and what they do with all of their food that's about to go off. My latest obsession, I'm so glad I found this, is an app. It's called Too Good To Go. And you download the app, it'll connect you with restaurants, stores, grocery stores in your area that have end of day deals. So it's like a win-win-win-win-win. Getting food at cheaper, because it's end of the day deals, you're helping support local, and you're helping with the food waste. So one of the big things that happens a lot in the restaurant industry is bread. Right? Think of it, the bakery. How much bread is left over at the end of the day that you can't sell anymore because it's gotten a little crispy or a little hard? God forbid your kids will eat a hot dog bun that's crispy. So instead of throwing it out, we can turn it into a bread pudding, or a pan bolo is what I like to call it. So it calls for like 8 slices of bread. I don't usually have sliced bread around the house, but I always have hot dog buns, English muffins, French sticks. Use that. Use about 4 cups of your bread, and you're just going to throw it into a big bowl like that, okay? Now what you want to do is soak that bread in milk. And then what will happen, Trace, is it starts to soak up all of that The milk will soak up the bread, soften it up. So then all you're going to add in is a little bit of vanilla sugar. I've got about half a cup of sugar. We got half a cup of raisins. And then 4 eggs. Now, Tracy, I've pre-cracked these because I can't crack an egg with one hand like all the chefs do. Can't do it, can't do it. So we mix all of that in, and then it's just, you can see I can see even now the bread is starting to get softer as it is. And then the last thing you want to pop in is about 2 tablespoons of butter. And I'm going real butter. There's only so much a girl can give up when she's going plant-based. I got to keep the butter in my life. Right, Trace?
Mm-hmm. Use some fat.
So once this is all sort of mixed together, you're just going to pour it into a pie dish or a baking dish, and then it will go into the oven for about 50 minutes.
We love it. You never run out of ideas for how to live a little bit more sustainably. Great stuff. Thank you.